Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I got two brand new items that I have been dying to review for the longest time from Kuvik. We're taking a look at the titanium mess kit and their micro titanium siphon alcohol stove. Let's check it out. All right, folks, welcome back. So there are two things we are looking at today from Kuvik, and that is this tiny little alcohol stove here. And this thing is just so tiny. Works very, very well. As you can tell, I've already tested it a bit. And something that I've wanted for a very, very long time, and that's a titanium canteen mess kit. I've seen them before. When I first started looking at these, they were over $200. Titanium has come down a whole lot, so this is a whole lot more affordable than that now. But I've wanted one of these for a long time, and mainly for the canteen, because I think that's just totally cool. And don't mind my fingerprints on it. I think that's just totally cool. It's so lightweight and can carry your water for cooking or whatever, or just for drinking. This one's really cool. We'll get into that in a second. The first thing I want to do is cover this micro titanium alcohol stove. So I'm going to move everything in the way here, out of the way, and I'm going to show you how this thing works. This little alcohol stove here has a diameter of 1.5 inches, a height of 2.1 inches, and it's perfect because it's so light. You know, carrying a stove around like this, really all you need to carry is some kind of pot stand. I don't think it would work if you just covered it because the jets are inside. But you do need a pot stand, and I do have something for that. We'll get into this little pot stand. This will give you peace of mind because you got alcohol that fuels it. Alcohol can be found a whole lot of places. You can use other stuff like grain alcohol, isopropyl. There's proprietary blends. Today we're going to be using this clean strip from Home Depot, denatured alcohol. I have about a quarter cup in there. We're going to fill it up, see if that's enough. These are really interesting because they're siphon alcohol stoves. So what will happen is your alcohol will boil on the bottom and come up the inside here where there's little inserts or open areas, come up these tubes, and then eventually it will boil and create the gas that creates the jets that come out of there. That's a basic explanation. Not by any means perfect, but you get the idea of how it works. Very simple, but it does bloom very quickly. I am going to give you some night shots or dark shots once it's bloomed, but I want to pour this in here and light it up first. So let's get my lighter ready. I don't know how messy this is going to be. There we go. Fairly simple. Clean up that. All right, so I got a quarter cup in there. You can use up, I believe it's 2.7 ounces of fuel max, but we're just going to be boiling 2 cups of water for our test today, so that's good. And there you go. All right, let me turn off the lights here real quick and show you. There you go. I think it's already bloomed almost. Yeah, it's actually already bloomed before I even had a chance to get going. So there you go. Now the flame will tame down a little bit, but as you can see, all the jets have bloomed on it. It's going really, really well. So we're going to put the lights back on. I'm going to let it run for a few seconds here. And we're going to try and boil 2 cups of water in time, how long it takes. All right, so we're going to carefully take this pot stand and just place it over there. It's titanium as well. So basically, there's your cook kit if you want lightweight. We got 2 cups of water in here, and we're going to put it on there. Hope it will stay. Yep, there we go. And I'm going to start my stopwatch here. And yes, I know I don't have it covered. I don't have a lid for that particular item. So it's going to take a little bit longer than it would. But I want to give this real world kind of test it out, see how it does, even without a cover. So that's how we're going to try it. So let's let this thing run for a bit. I want to show you how long it takes to get 2 cups of water boiled with that tiny little alcohol stove. So we're about 2 minutes and 26 seconds in there. And I did decide to go get some tin foil. Just cover it. We're already starting to get steam on it. Doing pretty good. So I just wanted to show you how I covered up the top. It's not by any means perfect, but generally these cups don't always have lids. And this is just a cheapie. I believe these are from Walmart GSI. And just a cheapie one. So I wanted to see how it would work with this. So we got a little bit of a lid on it. So it sounds like it's starting to come to a boil. You can kind of hear it rumbling there in the background. Yeah, we're getting bubbles on the bottom there. So we're about 3 minutes, 37 seconds. Let's show you the clock here, the stopwatch. It's pretty impressive for such a small little stove. So, what's that? Okay, so we're starting to get some boiling on the bottom. I'm just going to leave the top off so you can see it come to a rolling boil. But as you can tell, it's getting there. Pretty darn close. So, I think we can call it. Yep, we got bubbles on the bottom. We can call it at 4 minutes. All right, so let me get this off here. There we go. And that is hot, so there you go. It's still going strong, still has a good amount of alcohol left in it. Pretty impressive so far, I gotta say. For the small amount of fluid in there, got about a 3-minute burn time, got boiling, a 4-minute burn time, and it's still going. And see, 4 minutes and .50. So you got boiling water in 4 minutes with that tiny little stove. I'm just going to let it burn out. Next up is going to be a little more advanced. We're going to try out this cook kit over here. I want to see how well it works and what I can do with it. And then we'll get it all set up and bring you back for that. So before we move on to the next thing that we're going to be testing, the Canteen Kit, I wanted to give you some info on this. These run $23.99. Not bad at all for a small little tiny thing. I mean, you see how small this is. $23.99. They are about 1.12 ounces. Okay, you have a nice vortex pattern in there. So what it does is it really keeps the flame focused on the center of your pot or pan, and then spreads out evenly. And the dimensions on them are 2.13 by 2.13 by 1.5 inches. So really small, really easy to handle. And I haven't dumped any fuel out of here. That literally burned itself out on camera as we ended there. So definitely cool little item, very easy. I will leave a link where you can pick that up. Let's move on to the next thing here, and that is the Kuvik Canteen Mess Kit set. Okay, now this comes with that pack back there. It is very, very convenient. You'll have the top of it sticking right out there. Okay, you're gonna just stop and pop it in here. It does have 3 extra pockets for anything you want to put in here. Generally for the lid, you're going to be sliding the lid down in front of the kit in the bag. So let me show you how this works. You have your canteen here, and this thing is so light, it's crazy. You have a kind of a deeper pot here, okay? We'll pull that out, okay? With the traditional mess kit kind of canteen cup, okay? And we're gonna make our ramen soup in this one. And then you have a smaller little pan sort of thing here that you pull open like that. There you go. And you can kind of cook stuff with that. And I'm just going to heat up. What I'm going to do is make some like kind of trail chicken chow mein. We're going to just throw in some freeze-dried Thrive Life freeze-dried chicken with one of these little Indomies. If you ever can get these things, they're amazing. These mee goreng Indomie fried noodles. They are like ramen, but the noodles are better. They don't taste like starch, and the spices are way, way better. You have liquid spice packs in it. So what we're going to do is hook all this up, and I'm going to get my little 2-burner stove out here, and we're going to try it out and see how it works. All right, so we're all set up, and yes, I could have cooked with just this, but I wanted to do the chicken and that together. I could have just thrown it in there. It wouldn't have mattered. But I just want to see how this holds up to heat and everything. And another thing I noticed too, if you have some hangers, these will hang on either side, and you can drape them over a fire, you know, and kind of hang them down over a fire. So that's kind of neat too. I have another set that I reviewed a long time ago that will do that. Now this is the Thrive Life chicken. If you haven't tried it out, check it out down below. You don't need to join anything to buy their stuff. You can try it, you know, no problem, order it. If you join, you'll save a little bit of money. But anyway, we're going to put that on there. I just want to warm it up, so I'm going to keep that one really low. And I'm going to turn on the heat for this one because we want to boil water and try these noodles and just put them together. The cool part about this recipe is this particular bunch of noodles here has everything you need in it for the spices and all, so you really don't need to carry much. So I filled this up with water. I'm going to kind of pour it over there for you. And that should be good, about, what is it, 500 milliliters? That should be good right there. So, we will, and for those of you wondering about the stove, I did review it a couple of weeks ago. If you're interested, I'll put a link to it. But I do have a lid here, that's nice, so I can cover that up and get it going. So let's fire up the stove and get this going. I'll give you a little information on this thing. Now, this is really kind of neat because you've got all this versatility here. Being able to use this any way you want. I'm going to turn that one up a little higher because of course we're boiling there. And these are going to be hot, so remember, have a glove or something handy. I use this my right hand glove because it's easier for me to pull it off that way. So this kit is designed with versatility, like I was saying. It's got a 1,100 milliliter canteen, a 400 milliliter titanium pot with a lid, and a 750 milliliter cup that nests in there. You can make your coffee in that or whatever. The only reason I'm heating this chicken up is just to make sure it's fully hydrated. But this stuff hydrates really, really quick. I'm actually going to turn that down a little bit. Wrong one. I'm going to turn that down to a very low simmer. Very cool that the stove simmers so low. So yeah, I got all that water in here still. I'm going to be having a drink of water while I'm making my dinner out here and doing whatever I need to do. Now that's pretty much done, so I'm just going to cut that one off all the way. We're going to let that sit, and then we'll just toss it in here when it's done. And we're going to let that boil up and try it out so far. So that seems to be working, but I didn't have any doubts. Kuvik makes really nice stuff. So you do have that camouflage carrying case back here. That is a nice addition. I've seen some of these kits that don't come with anything. They just come with the basic that, and that's it in your canteen. So definitely cool on that. You have a bunch of attachment points on there. You do have a few extra pockets. You even have MOLLE straps on the back. I don't want to pull this over the stove, but if you can see them, there you go. So you have MOLLE straps on the back, so if you want to attach that to a bit of gear, you can, or a backpack. Nice design. Again, it's got that nice digital camo pattern on it. So let's let this water boil up, and we'll mix everything together, and we'll see how we like this kit. I'm going to try, after I rinse this out, to make some instant coffee in there, too, so I can have my lunch with a little bit of coffee. So bring you back in a few minutes. So we got everything going. I got this all hydrated and ready. Now, another neat feature of this lid is you notice those 3 holes there. You can take this, and since titanium cools off fairly quickly, I can use that as a strainer and just pour that extra water in there. And then my chicken will be ready and hydrated. So can use it as a strainer, works very, very well like that. Starting to get a little boiling water there, so I'm going to push this down in here a little bit and bring you back once that's done, and we'll show you how it works. All right, so we're almost done, and I did want to give you a little bit of info on this. This is all crafted from grade 1 titanium. The mess kit's built to withstand your toughest outdoor adventures. 23.7 ounce carrying case back there, so it does add a little bit of weight if you don't want it. You could always just carry this as it is without the case. The weight on this whole thing is 1.7 pounds, okay? Way lighter than a military canteen kit, military mess kit. It's doing pretty good there. And your dimensions are going to be 8 inches by 8 inches by 8 inches. The package, when it's all packed together in the thing, is 8.1 by 7.2 by 5.8 inches. So very, very small, compact kit. Very lightweight. I mean, you just can't beat it. Even with water in this canteen, it felt lighter than a normal plastic canteen, which is probably close to the same weight. So all in all, very pleased with it. Let's shut that off because it's blowing the top off there. Looks like that's ready too. So I'm going to get that strained up, and we're going to put this all together and show you how I make this. All right, so pretty much all I'm going to do here, since I've strained this, and that does work very, very well as a strainer, is just dump this stuff in here. Dump my spices in here. It's just easier to cut this with scissors. There you go. And then you're just going to mix everything together, and you got yourself a good meal on a very, very light kit. And I love the canteen. I think the highlight of the whole thing is the canteen, because it's so cool. It's so easy and lightweight to carry, and it just nests in there, and everything's done really quick. This is why I like the Indomie stuff, because it's got these liquids for spice packs. We'll just toss that stuff in there, mix it up. Now, if I wanted to make a cup of coffee, I was thinking about doing it, but I wanted to get the burner away. If I wanted to make a cup of coffee, I could just rinse this thing out now, make some water for some instant coffee, even drink it out of that, or put that meal in here and do it in the opposite. Doesn't matter to me, either way. Just mix it up. This is what I love about titanium. It keeps food very warm, but it cools off fast enough to the touch where you can actually pick it up and move it. And they definitely, do a good job with that here. This thing is now cool to the touch, yet it kept the chicken warm. So I definitely like that part of it. And this is a really good deal. Now, the price on this thing is going to run you $139.99. If you remember from the older school days of, say, the early 2000s, titanium kits like this were in the $240 to $250 range. So all in all, not bad. Love the little stove. That's going to definitely go in some of my kits because it's just so small and compact and easy to use and very, very efficient. It's not a compromise. It actually works very, very well. So all in all, very pleased with it. Got myself some sort of chicken chow mein or chicken ramen, whatever you want to call it, all mixed up in there. Got my lunch ready, and I am definitely liking this kit. So I will have links to both down below. The titanium mess kit's going to be down there. That's going to run you $139.99. The micro titanium siphon alcohol stove, $23.99, so $24. Definitely cool stuff. I'll have it in my store, as well as direct links to it and down below here in the description. If you're interested in picking it up, this is something I've wanted for so long, mainly for the canteen, but I love the way it all nests together. And the cleanup on this stuff is super easy. Even when you're cooking over a fire and you get some soot on it, You just wash it off and it comes off really, really easy. One thing of note when cooking with titanium, you always want to make sure your pan is lubricated if you're cooking meats or something, because it will stick. It's just the nature of it. But very cool stuff. And this is something I've wanted for a long time. So definitely check it out. Links will be down below. Don't forget to check out all our other links. We have our Amazon affiliate store down there as well. There'll be direct links to our store and and this will be in the store as well. Below that is our freeze-dried wholesaler link. My link saves you 15% on all of his food. Anything you want there, just click that link, shop as you normally would. When you get to the checkout, you'll see the discount up top in your shopping cart as you check out. Just using the link saves you the money. Below that, our My Patriot Supply link. We got a great deal on a 4-week kit, $60 off. Definitely check them out. The Alexa Pure water filter is also there at preparewithiridium.com. That's preparewithiridium.com. And of course, who can forget the Thrive Life? This is awesome stuff. As you see, it's super easy to work with, hydrated really easily. Definitely cool stuff. You can make yourself up a little meal with this stuff, take it on a trip, make yourself your own little homemade MREs, but they're not really ready to eat. They have to be hydrated and heated. But definitely cool stuff. And you don't need to join anything to try out Thrive. You just go ahead and go on there, buy it, see if you like it. If you join, you decide to become a consultant, or you decide to become a delivery customer, where you're setting them out every month that you want delivered. All you got to do is simply decide what you want, say $50 a month, and you'll get stuff delivered automatically. You can pick it, you can skip a month, very easy. I thank you guys for hanging out with me and cooking lunch with me and enjoying this awesome titanium kit. Stay safe and stay prepared.